Lamar Jackson threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for a score, and Henry rushed for 140 yards as Baltimore beat Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers 30-23 on Monday night. John Harbaugh improved to 3-0 in the Brothers Bowl, while Jackson improved to 7-2 in Monday night games. Here's Troy Aikman needing to see more from Lamar.
This season is only going to be judged based on what they do in the playoffs, and for them, it doesn't matter about making the playoffs, AFC championship game. They've got to go win a Super Bowl, and they've got a 2-time league MVP, maybe a 3-time by the time they get into the postseason, and they haven't been able to capitalize on it.
Shay Sharp, coming to you. Will Lamar's career be a failure if he doesn't win a Super Bowl?
Before I answer that question, guys, I am glad Troy Aikman said that. Stephen A., can you imagine if you and I said that the man needs to go win a championship or this season is not a success? They would have ripped us. They were like, oh, we bringing the brother down. Oh, y'all some haters. But I'm glad Absolutely. Troy, a 3-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, a Super Bowl MVP, said that. I say all that to say this. Absolutely not. Do we consider Dan Marino's career a failure? Do we consider Jim Kelly's career a failure? We're talking about a guy that a lot of people thought should move to running back or a wide receiver position, has turned himself into a 2-time league MVP, and as Troy said, a potential 3-time league MVP. Absolutely not. See, I think the thing is, you can be a great player. Saturday, Stephen A., I think you will agree with this. You can be a great player, but we use championships to define greatness, EST. Is Lamar a great player? Absolutely. But what Lamar is chasing is what these historically great quarterbacks have. We talking about the Bradys, we talking about the Mannings, we talking about the Elways, we talking about the Patrick Mahomes, the Joe Montanas. That is what he's searching for. So I will not look at Lamar Jackson's career and say it is a failure. The guy was the 32nd pick in the draft, the Baltimore Ravens, traded back into the first round. Had they not done that, he would have fell all the way out of the first round. But he got into the first round and he's turned himself into an MVP. I will not look at Lamar Jackson's career and say it is a failure. But in order for him to get that monkey, just like Steve Young had a bunch of MVPs, but until he won that championship and got that monkey off his back, yes, we're gonna look at him as like, man, he left a lot on the table. But I will not look at Lamar Jackson's career and say he's a failure. Absolutely not.
This is tough for me. I'm gonna disagree here with Shannon. I think Lamar himself would probably say, this is not what I expect. I think he expects himself to be called a world champion. And I think I live this with Peyton Manning, right? And all the criticism that Peyton Manning took for so many years after he had won 2 MVPs, I think in 03 and 04, 02, 03, I can't remember the years, but wins 2 of them. And then we finally get the Super Bowl in 06, 05, 06. So when you think about how players are defining their legacies, one of the issues for Lamar is going to be playing with Patrick Mahomes. Because if he doesn't win a Super Bowl or doesn't win a championship, it will just be the Mahomes era. And every other QB will take a back seat, and their careers probably won't be discussed in all honesty. Because you're seeing a new crop of QBs already get in the league, already starting to play well as Mahomes is going to age. And again, this is like a 10-year window. I'm not trying to say this is short, but as we're looking at this, you would say championships are how we define. If we're going to talk about Lamar and how many wins their team has had, because you think about last year's MVP, the conversation wasn't just his numbers, it was their wins. For Josh Allen this season, if Josh Allen, their team goes all the way through and they're the AFC champion or they get to the AFC championship game, Josh Allen will most likely win the MVP. And so when you